Know thyself. Know thy enemy. 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. Pretend inferiority and encourage his arrogance. Invincibility lies in the defense, the possibility of victory in the attack. If your opponent is of choleric temper, irritate him. Know your enemy and know yourself, and you can fight 100 battles without disaster. If you are far from the enemy, make him believe you are near. A good commander is benevolent and unconcerned with fame. Prohibit the taking of omens, and do away with superstitious doubts. Then, until death itself comes, no calamity need be feared. Hence that general is skillful in attack, whose opponent does not know what to defend, and he is skillful in defense, whose opponent does not know what to attack. If you know the enemy, and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Regard your soldiers as your children, and they will follow you into the deepest valleys. Look on them as your own beloved sons, and they will stand by you even unto death. The opportunity to secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. All men can see these tactics whereby I conquer, but what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved. Be extremely subtle, even to the point of formlessness. Be extremely mysterious, even to the point of soundlessness. Thereby you can be the director of the opponent's fate. Victorious warriors win first and then go war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight, even though the ruler forbid it. If fighting will not result in victory, then you must not fight even at the ruler's bidding. He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious. The general who wins the battle makes many calculations in his temple before the battle is fought. The general who loses makes but few calculations beforehand. The general who advances without coveting fame and retreats without fearing disgrace, whose only thought is to protect his country and do good service for his sovereign, is the jewel of the kingdom. For to win 100 victories in 100 battles is not the acme of skill. To subdue the enemy without fighting is the acme of skill. In the practical art of war, the best thing of all is to take the enemy's country whole and intact. To shatter and destroy it is not so good. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Confront them with annihilation, and they will then survive. Plunge them into a deadly situation, and they will then live. When people fall into danger, they are then able to strive for victory. He will win who knows how to handle both superior and inferior forces. To see victory only when it is within the ken of the common herd is not the acme of excellence. The enlightened ruler is heedful, and the good general full of caution. To fight and conquer in all our battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. There is no instance of a nation benefiting from prolonged warfare. He who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not, will be victorious. Thus it is that in war the victorious strategist only seeks battle after the victory has been won, whereas he who is destined to defeat first fights and afterwards looks for victory. The quality of decision is like the well-timed swoop of a falcon, which enables it to strike and destroy its victim. Hence the saying, if you know the enemy and you know yourself, your victory will not stand in doubt. If you know heaven and you know earth, you may make your victory complete. Secret operations are essential in war. Upon them the army relies to make its every move. It is only the enlightened ruler and the wise general who will use the highest intelligence of the army for the purposes of spying, and thereby they achieve great results. The good fighters of old first put themselves beyond the possibility of defeat, and then waited for an opportunity of defeating the enemy. The art of war is of vital importance to the state. It is a matter of life and death, a road either to safety or to ruin. Hence, it is a subject of inquiry which can on no account be neglected. Now the reason the enlightened prince and the wise general conquer. The enemy, whenever they move, and their achievements surpass those of ordinary men, is foreknowledge. If we know that our own men are in a condition to attack, but are unaware that the enemy is not open to attack, we have gone only halfway towards victory. Of all those in the army, close to the commander, none is more intimate than the secret agent of all rewards, none more liberal than those given to secret agents of all matters, none is more confidential than those relating to secret operations. It is essential to seek out enemy agents who have come to conduct espionage against you, and to bribe them to serve you. Give them instructions and care for them. Thus doubled agents are recruited and used. If our soldiers are not overburdened with money, it is not because they have a distaste for riches if their lives are not unduly long. It is not because they are disinclined to longevity. For them to perceive the advantage of defeating the enemy, they must also have their rewards.